Tonight, Lana and Rusev hit a new snag. Rey Mysterio needs some eye drops. And why, Seth, why? We talk about all of that right now on the Monday Night Raw After Show and AfterBuzz TV. Let's go.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Boom! It's the Monday Night Delight, Monday Night Raw, and we're waiting.
I love how the lights go off. Like, stuff is about to go down.
The sweet, sweet sounds of Cena fill the room. How are you doing, everybody? My name is Flobo Boyce. Thank you so much for keeping me in your life and on your second screens. It's the Monday Night Raw After Show. Monday Night Raw comes to you from Greenville, South Carolina. We're broadcasting at a beautiful Los Angeles, California.
Definitely not South Carolina, thankfully.
Yeah, that's true.
We want to be there.
So TLC's on the horizon. We got matches to go over. We got some cool results. Before we do, let's introduce our panel. On the far, far left, the guy who doesn't want to be in South Carolina right now. He's a second city savior. Give it up for a real talker, Jim Alexander.
Now or never. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Yeah. We got plenty of surprises here tonight. You guys stay tuned. This is going to be one rockin' show tonight. Even though Farmer's not here, I got your seat now, buddy.
Oh, snap. Shots fired. And on his right, we got ourselves a special import from the number one wrestling after show and AfterBuzz TV. I said it. NXT. Give it up for the man, Punk Rock, David Christopher.
What's going on, gentlemen? How we doing? It feels so good to be here. It's like, you know, I'm kind of bring myself down a little bit from the NXT panel, guys. You know what I mean? It's like I'm used to the A show. I'm used to the A show. I had to slum a little bit, but I'm happy to be here.
We got you alone. Playing like drunk bio. Man, Monday Night Raw, 6 days away from TLC. Overall thoughts of tonight's show, 3 hours of fun. Holiday season. I'm starting with you, David, because you are the guy on loan today. Thoughts about today's episode?
I will say, after seeing Selena Vega tonight, I wish I was in Carolina. I wish I was there, actually.
Woo.
I mean, that woman. No, I mean, it was cool, man. I mean, we had talked about this before in NXT. The turn with Seth coming, you know, it's the time for it. He needs to. I mean, everybody's already kind of turned on him as it is. So, I mean, why not?
I didn't. Right. I was a fan of Seth.
Right. I mean, that was awesome. KO is getting that, you know, strong push right now. And I really like KO right now. I like what he's doing. Like we said before, he's kind of the voice of the people right now. And I like what he's doing. And then, you know, again, Becky Lynch, that match was awesome. I thought she held up really well, put on a good performance, you know, against the Kabuki Warriors, which is great. That thing, how you're saying, Jin, they just can't break up Becky and Charlotte. I know. You know, it just, you can't separate them. So we saw that coming. Now, new match for TLC. I didn't care.
That was your Raw tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I didn't,
See you next week.
care too much anything else after that.
I love David's going into it.
He just overall thoughts.
You know.
Overall is hell.
Wow. Opinion fair. I like that. What a show! I mean, before TLC, I don't usually say that, so that's the thing. Yeah. We got a turn of Rollins on a Raw before TLC. That's pretty big.
Yes.
This is big time. I wore his jacket to honor Seth tonight. Finally, he's not crap Rollins. He is Seth Rollins. Yeah. This felt so refreshing to see him just a different side of him that he's so much more comfortable and better at. I thought it was a really solid Raw. Great start to it, of course, first segment, and just strong Raw.
We'll get to that later.
I couldn't, you know, during that Seth turn, though, I couldn't help myself but in my head chant, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk.
Really?
Live tweeting as we speak.
South Carolina won't give you that. Come on.
Right up.
Before we get into that real quick, I just want to give a shout out to two things. One, Josh Alonzo, Josh in the booth. Where you at, Josh?
I'm right here in the back, boys. How we doing?
Yo, overall thoughts tonight's episode of Raw and the turn of Rollins.
Oh boy, like honestly, I'll say this. We were actually discussing this yesterday on SmackDown coverage of the after show.
There's a SmackDown show?
There is a SmackDown show.
Who runs that?
The B show?
The B show. Anyway, one of the points they were discussing actually was the potential of Seth Rollins turning heel with AOP to more or less. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a carbon copy of the Shield, but more or less something like it. Like Seth Rollins needs like two guys to be up behind his back and needs to be his bodyguards essentially. So I think this is I think it's a right call. I think it'd be really interesting to see a heel Seth Rollins. I was a major fan of heel Seth Rollins, like back when he turned against the Shield. So it'd be a cool thing to see it again.
Definitely the architect.
Rosenberg's having thoughts like these?
It's not Rosenberg anymore. It's Josh Tariff. You guys can interact with the show in the live chat right now. Joseph Boza, Michael Blake, Evan T. Mag is in the chat room.
Mr. Mag, what's up, bro?
How's it going? Real YT, you guys are good. Derek Fisher, is that the real Derek Fisher? We have no idea.
He ain't coaching anymore, so you got to do something.
Shout out to the Lakers.
Shout out to the Lakers. And also, if you guys want to hear this program, the Raw After Show in Espanol, the Special Show happens right after here on this network. Oh, no, on AfterBuzz Latino, Raw, the Special Show.
Pregunta, sienta, Raw, Espanol.
You're just going to butcher so many different languages at once.
Como se dice, como se... I'm going to join that show. I gotta...
Let's talk about that Rollins heel turn, because now we can totally get into it. So here's a guy who's a good guy, tries his hardest, best in the world, debatably, and the crowds didn't like it, and they turned him. Now, this is, to me, is interesting, because usually when someone turns on someone, like a Cena or Reigns, they keep them a certain alliance, but they turned Rollins this time. Jim Alexander, thoughts about that?
I loved it. He was so stale, and it just, not only the fans, everyone was. It got to a point where the fans started having to voice it because it was just so boring. The booking was so predictable and boring. He was feuding with Lesnar like forever, basically, and had some small little feuds in between, throwaway feuds. He just wasn't getting over. Simply put, I was a Rollins fan back in a year and a half ago. Yeah, remember I said he's the face of Raw, and then
no, quote, you said he's the AJ Styles of Raw.
AJ Styles of Raw. He wasn't that for the past year. Now I see what I liked originally about him. Yeah. This is where he does best. I mean, he's so much more comfortable. You can see on the mic and just and his delivery, and I love the fact that they aligned him with the AOP. Yeah. That's what they call it, AOP?
Yeah. It makes sense why he was asking the day after Survivor Series. Where were you guys last night?
I love this. This is such a good pairing. They look even good together, standing next to each other.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think you nailed it, Jim. It was stale. Everything was very stale. I was bored with it. And, I'm kind of up and down with Seth. I do agree. I think he's best when he's heel. Like, originally, when he turned on the Shield, I thought that was when you really saw Seth Rollins, And
that's his
I think this is great
highlight
for him.
moment.
The only thing is, I don't want to see a cheap version of the Shield again, so I hope they do something a little bit different, because it's funny that was brought up because that's literally what I thought when I saw him standing there with AOP. I'm like, okay, is this a new
I don't
version
think it's going to be the Shield. Here's why. I think he's the leader of this group unequivocally. Those guys don't talk.
That's a T word.
Yeah, I'm good with words. I'm like Mr. Dictionary.
Pregunta is Mr. Dictionary. Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
In English, not Spanish.
Yeah.
So he's the leader unquestionably because he's the mouthpiece in a weird way, and it's fine when you have those two guys around. With the Shield, it was different. Everyone had equal power and equal, ability to succeed. I think these guys are great bodyguard, like really intimidating sort of things. He's the leader of this. It's not even like Evolution with Triple H as being the head. He's the head, and these are his legitimate henchmen, not just like we're talking about like the Singh brothers or sort of thing like that. These guys are ass kickers. These are the best. It's even better than Bray Wyatt was with the Wyatt family because we never took Rowan and Harper seriously. These guys we do. This is the perfect match and the perfect way to get them on TV and get them over even with Rollins in that way. And you can hold off that feud from a Viking Raiders too that was kind of inevitable.
Are you down with that, or do you think they're like hired guns, like how the APA eventually became? Someone just goes out and says, "Help me out."
No, they're with him, and they should be with him, and they should grow with him, and we should see more of them, and their personalities kind of develop with Seth almost grooming them in a way.
Gotcha.
With an alliance like that always comes essentially another alliance per se. So who do you think is going to be teamed up with KO? Because obviously that's the way we're going. But who do you think is going to have KO's back now? I mean, obviously we heard Mysterio tonight make that comment. He's got his back.
Sure.
Do you think he's going to be someone?
You need someone who's like size-wise, like because these guys are monsters. Mysterio can't hang with that. You need someone like an Orton in a sense. Although I like him feuding, I think this is the time. If there was anyone to bring the title back to Raw on a weekly basis, I think Orton or AJ should get it and kind of keep away on their own. But this is the time we're talking about always bringing someone up. Like, whose turn is it to finally step up? I mean, Drew McIntyre's, maybe this is the way to do a face turn for him. Sure. This is a way to have someone align with KO to push him that we've been waiting to be pushed.
You know what? I like that. I like Drew against
He would be
AOP.
formidable. That would be a legitimate guy. Yeah.
Shout out to McIntyre because, tonight he wasn't doing much.
If I could butt in real quick, a lot of people in the chat are saying that AOP is an upgraded version of J&J Security.
Whoa, is that really an upgrade? Back to the chat. Let's talk about Kevin Owens. David Christopher, you said he's the voice of the people. He's definitely doing the things that we're all doing. And totally paid for it. getting hit with the car door, the van door.
I mean, you saw that coming, though.
We saw it coming. Also, I didn't see coming is Rey Mysterio's pipe having no effect on that car. That was the most weakest homie ever.
Well, the thing that got me that was really funny when he was in the back of the van pretending to open it and it was locked, and then he like just hit. Like, is that really ever gonna work to open the door? Wouldn't that just make it worse?
Yeah,
like,
totally. It was jammed the lock.
But I mean, it was cool. It was like shades of the old Stone Cold, breaking the windshield, going, just that badass. Like I enjoyed that. I loved it. It reminded me of that, typical old WWE style. So that was awesome. I mean, we knew he was gonna get his butt kicked. Come on, something was gonna happen. But I like it because again, like it says, it opens things up to seeing where we're gonna go now. I'm really digging KO right now. I really, he's another guy that's kind of up and down with me, kind of hit and miss. But I like what we're doing with him right now.
Side question. Let's talk about Sami Zayn. Right, showing up today, has a manager's license, which allows him to float between shows, and he picks Mojo Rawley because he got hit in the face.
That license has been revoked officially.
Shinsuke Nakamura and Mojo Rawley. Jim Alexander, what we
Man, is this like, I'm just wondering, is this like sort of a push for Mojo or a detriment? I don't know, because we never see him, so at least he gets some TV time, but he's clowned officially right away. Sami Zayn, I mean, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with him. Because he's a guy that's stuck in a rut. Like, they're not, obviously that whole gimmick failed, the one, where he's talking to the crowd and all that stuff.
Big Jim Alexander, I know.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
It did not work out. I could have cut better stuff. But it's just like, he's in no man's territory. And now, if you want to pair him with someone, I don't think you work with Nakamura. You need someone who needs that.
I thought it works. Works now.
You know what? If you want to pair him with someone for a little bit, maybe Andrade. If they're going to do the Selena Vega, separation, which I think is due to let them go into separation for a little transitional period, just a short time, have him kind of be the voice of Andrade until Andrade gets, clear footing. But it was interesting to see him. I just thought him and Kevin are going to go get into it, but I guess they're still boys.
Is this a situation like we were saying with Becky and Flair where we just can't separate these two? It's KO and always Zayn, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can always see them together.
The thing is, Zayn needs KO to get over in that way.
Yeah.
It gives him more legitimacy being his buddy. I mean, with Rollins and Becky, Becky's pushed to the moon for no reason, and Rollins is over.
What say you in the chat about Sami Zayn's prospects having a managerial license? But in the meantime, we'll move on. David Christopher, you got a promo? Tell the world how they can listen to this AfterBuzz show and other AfterBuzz shows?
Yes, I can. So for now, no, I'm just kidding. Hey, guys, we're going to see whether on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you like to get your podcasts. Please make sure that you're engaging with us, giving us those thumbs up, 5 stars, leaving your comments, letting us know how we're doing because we love to keep up with you guys, and we can't do this without you. You have made us the ESPN of TV Talk, and we appreciate that. And we'd like to stay that way. So please give us your best ratings and continue to watch.
Yeah. We got a review yesterday, December 8th on iTunes from HOHMPSIS, who says, Raw! Ho-Himp, S-I-S, sis, who says, Raw! Exclamation point. I'm a newbie to WWE, but this crew gets me really hyped. Especially Flo Pito. Yeah! Great show breakdown.
I told you. Just make sure you pull over when you're driving to write these reviews.
Yeah, speaking of laws that should be broken, divorce court happened today for some reason. Lana and Rusev are officially divorced because at the top of the hour we decided, because divorce is that easy. Just sign a piece of paper. Just done.
Yeah.
Says Jim Alexander, you love the storyline so much. Tell me why this is awesome.
This is so much fun. I don't need to watch soap operas. I don't need to watch any of those shows at night because I get this all in this feud. The acting chops of Rusev are starting to come through.
It was pretty good today. I can't lie.
Lana's a better version of Vicky Guerrero right now. It's just fun. I find this fun. I mean, there's going to be an end game. That fight's being set up already, but I'm curious every week where it's going. Because there's going to be still twists and turns.
Are you really curious where it's going?
I know where it's going. It's a match with
No, there could be more. There could be more lovers. There could be more things. These are cliffhangers every week.
Yeah.
That's what happens in soap operas. It never stops. This is days of our Raws, okay? Every week.
Who's going to get arrested this week?
I love this. More, please.
No. David Christopher.
I hate this thing.
My
I
man.
hate it. It's
Where's
horrible.
Jack Farmer when I need him?
The only thing that I like about this is staring at Lana. That's the only thing I love about it because she looks amazing all the time. Yes.
Why would you divorce her then?
10. But the only thing is just, it's just so cheesy. It's so predictable. And it's, to me, I feel like every week it's the same situation. But I will say tonight, I did really enjoy it because after the convo, you told me you had a Rusev.
Yeah.
And just seeing him tonight, I really like the guy, man. And then coming out with his like Donald Duck t-shirt.
Yeah, he seemed so personable, didn't he? He seemed cool.
I was like, man, I really like Rusev, man. And they just had a good time with it tonight. It was a little bit different. It was fun. So I enjoyed it tonight. I really did.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I was just kind of like, really, come on.
Love Rusev. Awesome.
It pains me to say it really was the most entertainment segment here.
Yes.
But it needs to end.
Winning you over.
It needs to end.
No.
Yes.
Keep it going.
The fact he's like, I want a match with Lashley now should have been done months ago. When he said,
Lashley coming out to protect his woman. Loved it. I mean,
like how many times you have to get arrested and then jumped before you're like, okay, now we need to have a match.
Exactly.
Like, I mean,
sitting in jail like, I got an idea. How about a match?
this is the best Christmas present storyline I could
Speaking
get.
of Christmas presents, you got a Christmas present this week, and we're looking out here in the
Yeah,
studio.
it's.
let's open this
couch.
bad boy
Can
up. I'm
we open
curious.
it?
Yes.
Look, we can
All right.
more on the show, but we have a present here.
We're opening presents because I'm taking a
Early
hiatus
Christmas.
next
Early
week.
Christmas. So take
all
your time.
right.
I'm going to talk to David about it. Go ahead.
Well, first, I want to say, Evan, I'm a little jealous. I have to say, I'm a little jealous, Mr. Mac. I want to know what's in there.
Yeah, Evan Mack got this gift for Jim
I'm
Alexander.
gonna open this up. I don't know if there's any.
Our main event tonight was Rey Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the United States Championship.
Drop my present.
Yeah, I always forget about this title. It's there. It hangs around. I'm not sure about the importance of it. Before we get to the match, David Chris,
Don't mind me. I'm just opening
We're not
up my
minding you at
present.
all, Jim. Talk about the state of the U.S. title division. Is there any way we can improve on it? Is there a way we can make it more relevant? What's happening?
That's what it is. It needs more relevance. It needs to be more credible. And no disrespect to Mysterio. I love Mysterio as a legend. But I just think it needs to be redone. We need some new, fresh talent. We need a better storyline. Just the division in general.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the main event. I wasn't excited about the main event. I was more excited to watch Becky and the Kabuki Warriors than I was to see Mysterio and AJ Lee. And I love
AJ Lee. Whoa!
I
didn't see that one.
AJ Styles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love AJ and Mysterio. But I was just we've seen it a lot. It's something
they
new.
bring the house down, but it definitely seems kind of stale. Randy Orton's in the mix, being the Viper that he is. He seems to be teasing AJ, getting that mind games. You're basically Orton at this point, right? You're at the legend status. You can put over people, but you have a choice of Ricochet or AJ. What's going on, Jim? You right?
I don't know. I'm trying to see to unveil. I have a box open but not unveiled yet, so I'm kind of excited.
Well, we can hold the
Let's
question.
unveil this.
Let's unveil it. Let's see. What did Evan Mack get you? Let's see.
I don't know. Let's see.
This is an exclusive.
This is no one knows. I swear to God, I have no idea. I didn't even know this is coming. Flobo just told me.
Yeah,
Literally,
man,
All right, I'm
just
pulling up. I'm pulling up.
I thought you celebrated Kwanzaa, to be honest with you.
Oh my God! Yes!
Yes!
Oh my God! This is going right above my
I
bed.
approve this match. Good
For
work,
Jim,
Evan.
look at
Good
this.
work, man.
Evan sent. There's a signature of Mandy Rose on it.
Oh my
That
goodness.
is
Yes!
amazing.
She signed something for
That
me.
is amazing.
My God!
Clip this out. This is so weird.
I will kiss this right here.
Poster, right? Like she
I'm
needs to hang
kissing
with
this,
dude.
Mandy Rose. This is reality, baby.
Guys, we're gonna
Wow,
cancel so
Evan
hard.
T. Mack made my year. What a year 2019 with a Mandy Rose next to me. This
Evan,
is,
we love you, brother. Hats off to you, man. That's awesome.
this
Yes.
has to be next to me.
So we have Mandy joining us tonight on the panel.
I have no idea, man. Get her on
This is
microphone.
perfect. Wow, what a gift.
I
My
feel-
God.
I feel bad going back to Randy Orton now after seeing Randy Orton.
Whatever. This show is completed.
Turn her live in
My
studio.
life is gone.
She's turning you down, bro. What's going on?
No, she's staying here.
I feel like
She's in the
looking
King's
at me,
Court
though,
tonight.
Jim. I feel like she's looking at me, man. I mean, I'm
Yes,
just saying.
Oh my God, this is such a dream. This is seriously going above my bed. I don't care who comes over.
Okay. I don't care who comes over. So, Randy Orton, thoughts about him being in this whole U.S. title hunt?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the Viper. I'm always with Orton. I love his little mind game. She's having fun with it, and it keeps the match exciting. I'm totally on board with Randy.
What are we talking about?
Randy
Orton?
Orton.
I love him.
Mandy, what do you think?
Mandy, what do you think about it? I love Jim Alexander and Randy Orton. He's doing really good right now. He just needs to feud with.
She's out of line.
He just needs to feud with AJ one-on-one and get those goons out of the way.
Speaking of goons, the man Becky Lynch had a match with the Kabuki Warriors, which I said on air, which I said I would not do. Dang it. Asuka and Kairi Sane had a match after last week beating Charlotte Flair. The man was like, I got this myself, and she did not win. It was by DQ. She won the match by DQ. The match set up for Sunday. TLC tag team match on the line. Becky Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
Holla, and the Kabuki Warriors. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
These two Asuka and Kairi Sane have become an absolute threat to the division. Some will even say they're the only members of their division. Is it wrong to have Charlotte and Becky Lynch be their opponents at TLC?
I think it's probably the only real option they have right now as far as someone at that caliber. I mean, I love the Kabuki Warriors as the champs, and I think they should remain that way at least for a while. At first, I didn't take it too serious. I was like, eh. Yeah. Now I'm like, no, they're pretty badass with the title.
They're
so
pretty entertaining.
They should keep that. You know, Becky and Charlotte, I mean, come on, guys. Like, they need to be independent, and we do need to separate them. You know, we've seen this kind of thing so much. It's going to be entertaining. It'll be a great match, absolutely. You know, you knew it was coming, especially with that opening today on Raw with Flair like, oh, I hate you, but we should partner up.
Yeah, that's very, very on the nose. I don't like you, David, but we're working together.
Right. So, I mean, you know, it's... keep it with the Kabuki Warriors.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but, you know.
Jim Alexander, talk about that. The division, the match.
Whoever's writing this must really know. I mean, must be only a fan of Charlotte and Becky because they're constantly being put together for over a year now. We're going to them constantly being every couple weeks involved with each other in some sort of way. They're feuding, they're friends, they're frenemies, they're enemies. It's just too much of this. I'm so tired of seeing Becky and Charlotte together in whatever capacity. Put those two away from each other. Completely different. Have one or the other feud with the Kabukis.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't. Yeah, that's a cool name for him. It just. Yeah, I get it. It's a higher profile match for this pay-per-view, but please no more of this Charlotte and Becky thing.
I do have to ask you, Jim, who could we have that could be suitable contenders for the tag division for women?
Well, Mandy.
Of course.
But on Raw's thin.
Yeah.
Like, we have, Natalia and who else, really? We don't even know.
I don't even know,
That's the problem.
Well, I hope we're talking about the return next week of the new... Liv Morgan, I almost call her Liv Tyler.
The Liv Morgan makeover,
the new makeover. So maybe that's going to change the division.
Let's go to my chat real bit. Dylan Matthews, Aussie says Jim is on cloud 9.
Yes, I am.
And Lucci baby says Jim can't stop smiling. So
I am happy.
Shout out to that. No, you're absolutely right. With Nia Jax on the way back with her injury, and even
do we know when she's coming back? I mean, she's got a serious injury.
She uploaded some PC stuff. She's running the ropes. She's wearing she's dressed. I'm not sure if that's a timetable or not.
Still will be away.
But you're right. The Raw Women's division, even compared to SmackDown, is pretty thin.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It really is. I mean,
you can't even name who else is on that.
But the thing is, the women's tag team champions aren't beholden to Raw. Why is their next feud on with Raw talent? That's my question. It could be it could be a SmackDown. It could be NXT. Why are they over there?
I just think when it comes to Raw's division and women's division, it's just top heavy. It's just two that really matter. Like I said, Becky and Charlotte. They're clearly the two most publicized, the two most favorite of management and the fans in a way. You know what I mean? They're the two golden women of that division in so many ways. So they have the two top females on that roster, and it's just like all the other stuff doesn't really matter to them. It's like we have the two top contenders, the two champions, you know, the two most important faces of that division, and everyone else just doesn't matter. It's so thinned out. It's just always like, let's just do everything to promote Charlotte and Becky. And now the Kabuki Warriors are kind of getting into a little bit of, because they need someone to feud with.
Right.
But everyone else just kind of doesn't matter, right? I mean, look at Liv Morgan. She's been debuting for 2 months already. We still haven't seen her.
That is definitely true. But moving on, Andrade has a match with Humberto Carrillo.
Zelina Vega.
And Zelina Vega was available, too, to watch that happen. David Christopher, let's talk about Andrade and Humberto. We're gonna go.
All I saw was Zelina.
She should be in that women's division. She could be a top contender, really. If we're talking about it.
Seriously, she could. Move her up, give her someone a tag partner, and let's make this thing interesting.
Not even one-on-one versus Becky, or something.
But no, I mean the match was awesome. I love the luchador high flying. I love that. Humberto's getting a great push. That guy's super talented, man. Next to Ricochet, those two guys are going to carry. They're the future of the company. You know,
so you're a fan of Humberto?
I am. I'm
future
on
of the company?
I think so.
Is it a hot take,
so.
No, it's not even a take. That's not true.
It's very true, man. That's very. The guy's got so much talent, bro. He does.
They're just spot guys. That's all they are.
You think so?
They're spot guys with no personality. Here's the thing. Humberto, I almost call him Del Rio.
Yeah, so they're the same.
But here's the thing. almost, David, you talked about how everything is getting booked kind of like it was in the 90s Attitude Era. I almost think that he's being sort of booked like the 1 through 3 kid was originally.
Really?
What?
Yeah, I kind of see that. He's got that fresh-faced, young kid that's coming on and picking up these kind of surprise wins, and Vic made it sound on the mic like it was such a shocker that he won. He's kind of a 1, 2, 3 kid reincarnation.
I see what you mean, but I think we're cutting him too short right now. There's still a lot more for this kid, and I think WWE is genuinely interested because there's something there. You could see it. And
listen, when he gets a show on AfterBuzz like X-Pac, then we can talk about him making
That's your barrier?
No, I mean, the match is great, man.
It was a good match.
Yeah, it was
I just
really
don't think
good
those
match.
two should be feuding against each other. They shouldn't.
But it looks, Zelina looks like may potentially go with Humberto. If that happens, that's going to elevate him as well,
I don't think she needs to go with him. She just goes separately into that women's division.
She can go either way, but I think if she goes with him, which is what it looks like they may be doing.
And turning her face in that turn, too.
So this match did Humberto a lot more favors. Jack Farmer is not a fan of Humberto. Well, he's not a fan. He's kind of thinks he's kind of bland.
I do, too.
I see the future. Look, we're grizzled old men, right? I've been on this planet 30 plus years.
Hey, speak for yourself, Flobo.
Okay, I've been on this planet. You young guys have been there less than I have. Pug rock. No, but I'm kind of being like, okay, he's a guy with his little baby face and his little flippy moves or whatever. But at 9, 10, 12, these are the guys I want to be and dress up like and have tassels on my waist and wear little. But the thing is, yes, it's childless and one-dimensional now, but these are the kind of characters you can build upon.
But they don't have... The thing with Ricochet and him... Great performers, super high flyers, the best probably on the roster, when it comes to athleticism and all. They just can't talk. And I don't think you can just make that happen.
But maybe that's why Zelina is going with him. Because if you look,
but he can't get over. If you're talking about him being a future, he needs to talk on his own.
No, not true. Because look at Lesnar. Look at Lesnar in his own right. He's a
Lesnar is a special attraction. He's one of a kind. He's a monster that sells itself.
I'll give you that. But I mean, if there's someone that can take that mic. Lana and Rusev, okay? Same thing. Rusev, at least when he first came, Rusev's great. Again, like I said, I love Rusev, but he wasn't nothing that was like, oh my goodness, this guy's insane, but Lana helps get him over, right?
Yeah, and he's improved on his mic, too, but look how long it took him.
Yeah, because when Rusev was signed, people cast him off as being
just a big guy.
Kozlov part 2.
Yeah.
Vladimir Kozlov.
But I think with just the evolution of the athlete in general, with the way everything is nowadays, and like you said, a good point with the kids and watching who they want to be, I feel like that's where it's going. That's what the future is. It's just more of the high-flying, more of the entertaining, risk-taking, like superhero,
what on the bump they did say that Ray said that Ricochet's the future. I can see that. They are changing the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Not changing it. They're bringing back the old school kind of stuff that disappeared. I just don't see them as faces of the company. I don't see. Can you tell me either of those guys could be world heavyweight champions?
I could see.
No way.
Right now, I can see the potential. Yes, for Ricochet, I can see it. The guy, he's got charisma. He's got that guy. Like I said before, when I watch that guy, man, I'm just blown away, dude. I'm like, how the heck does that guy do that?
Ricochet, Humberto, and even Andrade. When I was a kid, my guy was Tatanka. I love Tatanka.
I like him too. Yeah, he was cool.
Granted,
but he was different. But
looking back on it, it was kind of one-dimensional. But the idea of he didn't really talk much. He had a certain look that made him look a little different. That's what I'm saying is you can't expect Humberto to be like the superstar we love. Over now, he's a young kid. He has time.
I'll give you this, Jim. I could see Humberto like IC tag team.
Oh, no question.
I can't necessarily see him world champion yet. I'm not going to cut the rug from under him, but I can see Ricochet going that far.
Damn.
Absolutely can.
Moving on, it's now time for King's Court.
Oh, is it? I thought we were going to dance and stuff. Oh, we're going to have Mandy right here.
And he does have Mandy in the court tonight.
I do. She's right here.
All hail Jim Alexander.
Yes, that's right.
He is the most handsome,
Is that you saying, Mandy?
charming, intellectual, brilliant man
in my mind,
God's green earth.
You can guess 1-star reviews.
Pay attention when the AfterBuzz King
And everyone tunes out.
Right.
So everyone take note and learn from Jim Alexander because he's one of the only smart people around here.
Who's that?
What do you mean? Who?
Who was that?
Who?
How much did you pay, Jim?
That's Lana!
I don't know who Lana. Come on, the Lana?
Hello, everyone. This is CJ Lana Perry, also known as the Ravishing Russian Lana.
You did
and
not
I am
get
here
Lana.
talking
No!
on Talker with you.
You did not get Lana to do a drop for you.
Of course she did.
How much did you?
Good for you.
Of course she did.
Good for you, man.
You see how Lana supports me? How she acknowledges me? This is true. This is real life. Mandy Rose, this is going to happen.
I hate real life. Do your King's Court.
And Lana, today's King's Court, after Lana gave me, thank you, Lana, for giving this great introduction to the King's Court. Obviously, I have Mandy by my side in the King's Court. Lana's right next to me. Well, not you, David, but you know what I mean. But Lana's supporting it.
Barry and David.
We have a little bit further away, we have Alexa Bliss also, and the new makeover of Liv Morgan. And then Lashley and my boy Rusev's at the door fighting it out who's control, the entrance to the King's Court. This is a special King's Court. Thanks to Evan T. Mac. I got Mandy by my side and Lana with the full support of it. What a day it is to be the Jim Alexander. You know what I mean? Even Lana proves it. There you go. Glorious.
I blame you, Evan. But now it's time for a tag team match, player.
You know it's the Mac Militant.
Holla.
I like it. I like it.
Open challenge, tag team titles on the line. Viking Raiders, Street Profits. They wanted the smoke. They brought it, but they were short. Viking Raiders with the win. David, Christopher, thoughts about this?
It was okay. It was okay. It was okay. I mean, again, like I'm still on the fence with the Viking Raiders. I like the Street Profits. I was hoping that they would have got the W on this one, but I did like that show of respect at the end. That was interesting.
You like that?
Having a takeover too.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. It was different. The match to me was okay.
Dylan Matthews says King's Court for 2020 WWE Hall of Fame, which I disagree
yes,
with.
I should. Yes, this is absolutely. It's being supported by Lana too. So as you can tell,
Evangelina says petition to move Jim to SmackDown. That would be a fun show.
Come on. There's only room for one king there, and obviously they need a seat to be filled for that spot.
Oh my god. Thoughts about the match, man.
Well, is this end already of Street Profits? It kind of got buried in a sense, right? I mean, obviously the Viking Raiders should have gotten the clean pin, which they did. I just wasn't sure why to use the Street Profits. I thought they're going to promote them and push them, and this is kind of like throwing them to the wolves. And then the acknowledgement, I just felt that was kind of like, hey, we buried you guys on TV, but, you're cool, so to keep the fans still behind them. I thought that was like a big knock on what they were trying to do with those guys, with the Street Profits. So, but it's a first legitimate win for the Viking Raiders, which we've been waiting for too, so that needs to be counted.
Agreed. Thoughts? Other extra thoughts?
No, I was just I agree with you, Jim. I feel like they did bury him a little bit. I feel like that was at the end, that handshake, why I liked it, but I feel like that was also their way of kind of keeping them cool. It's okay though. Like, don't count these guys out, man.
Right, that sort of thing. Like, oh, good job, buddy. Like a pat on a shoulder.
I feel like the air of Evan Mack is in the room. I'm talking about the GOAT, John Cena. I think John Cena was the last guy to make open challenges work. Otherwise, I felt it kind of cheesy. Like, we have nothing to do today. Open challenge? Why didn't the Viking Raiders do this last week? Like, what was the difference between last week and this week being like, know what? Now we want some competition. That's kind of weird, no?
At some point, they need to start beating people, right? We've been talking about you can't go through jobbers when you're being touted as one of the top team in a sense, I still think it should lead to the AOP, right? What are they?
Yes.
Yeah,
Authors of Pain,
Authors of Pain. Match at WrestleMania. But these guys need to start going through legitimate opponents. This was the first ones in line, and I'd like a little feud before they just go over that cleanly over them. I thought I would like a tease between the Street Profits and Viking Raiders, but just kind of went over them that quick. I don't know. Bring on the next one. Whoever's next.
I agree. AOP and Viking Raiders. Let's do that.
That's going to be huge. That's a Mania thing.
Yes.
Well, it's not a Mania thing. It's tonight's match. Aleister Black taking on Akira Tozawa. Aleister Black with a black mask that really dislodged his jaw, it looked like.
Man.
I know this match and the Buddy Murphy-Zack Ryder match are setting up for their match at TLC. Thoughts about that? I know we're jumping ahead to predictions for Sunday, but Buddy Murphy, Aleister Black, who you got? Who do you think's going to go over?
I'm going with Tozawa on this one, and I do like
Tozawa's going over them.
No. I'm saying this match I like. I'm going with him. I like Aleister Black too. Again, both that MMA background. I love that stuff. But again, I think Tozawa's the underdog in this one. Smaller guy, fast paced. I love this style.
He's a good guy. I feel like he doesn't get enough praise, but
yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm rolling with him tonight. Aleister, obviously, he's going to be put over.
Sure.
So.
But the feud on Sunday.
Yeah, a feud on Sunday. Here's the thing. I think it's going to be a better match than it is a feud and storyline.
Okay.
I think it's short on the feud. I mean, these guys do kind of look similar, which is kind of right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the only one that thinks that. And his size and look. But I just think the match that they're gonna put on is gonna be better than this whole feud. I'm just missing something out of it. You know, someone's not pulling their thing, and I'm not sure who it is. It's just not going over that much. I'm more just ready to see them in a ring together than I am about their storyline.
I think Alistair's more over than Murphy, and I think,
he has to be.
Yeah, but I mean,
but in this feud, like
right,
you know what I mean?
It's just. It's not as exciting, you know.
Right, it's not exciting. I think that's the thing. There's no excitement to it. That's
you can't blame him. They start off because they knocked on his door. Like, he knocked on my door.
Yeah,
I was having a match. It's kind of weird. Like, it's a kind of storyline you can't really explain to someone who doesn't watch wrestling.
Right?
Like, why are they fighting? Well, one time he knocked on his door.
And what comes out of it? What's the end game of this? Like, who?
You ask about end games here, but Lana and Rusev is cool. Like,
absolutely,
come on, man. Get out of here.
Absolutely,
you and your cardboard cutout.
Listen,
I can't do what you.
I love it, Mandy. Do you agree with it?
Yes, I do have to say though, I'm kind of unsure about this whole situation. I mean, I agree. I think the match will be better than the build-up, but there needs to be some more excitement there.
Yeah, let's talk about lack of excitement in that Drew McIntyre match. And here's the reason why I'm not excited about it. Matt Hardy comes out, his second loss in as many times comes out here, but I counted it up of all the family storylines currently going on. There's Rusev Lana, there's the Drake Maverick Elias, there's the Miz and Wyatt, there's the Mysterio and Brock.
That's so much family. We're going to have like family times. And all that.
It just takes me back to last year or the year before Samoa Joe and AJ Styles with the Wendy.
Yeah.
Did this match need it? And if it did, would you want to see a Matt Hardy Drew McIntyre feud?
It didn't need it. One, there's a lot of it. Two, because I think it's a play on the family time right now. We're in December, Christmas, the family time, so I think they're pulling those strings.
See, that's why you're the man, dude.
I mean,
wow, I didn't think of that.
Exactly.
Y'all smart in the writers' room,
yeah.
The more you know.
That's what they're doing. They're pulling on those strings. It makes sense right now. So I get that, but again, I don't like that. Me being a man of God, so
exactly. Don't mess with your family.
But I mean, I'm old school again. Like I'm Matt Hardy. I would love to see him win. I'm all the way Hardy Boys, but I knew he wasn't. But it would have been cool to see him win. You know what I mean? I like McIntyre, but
back then in the whole Triangle Ladder match, were you a Hardy Boys fan of the three?
Dude, I was such a Hardy Boy fan.
Okay.
Like when I was,
well, cherish those moments because they're long gone.
Right.
Okay?
I like the Dudleys too. I back the Dudleys too.
Why would you
Matt Hardy
like that?
Matt Hardy is basically Tozawa today.
Wow.
He is just done. I mean, I know he's up there in age and all, and good for him for still wrestling, but he's just a jobber at this point. I mean, I don't even know. He's still trying to do the whole gimmick, but he comes out as Matt Hardy. He's still doing the whatever. It
still gets me excited when I hear that music hit, though. I still get excited. I want to see those guys. I want to see the Hardys.
He can barely strut out there.
Stop hating on the Hardy Boys, man.
I have to. Like, he's just nothing for Drew McIntyre.
I agree.
I
agree. He's yesterday.
Drew needs a better opponent. Like, he needs a better storyline. We need to put him in something meaningful.
I cannot sit here. And Dave was like, you know what? I like Matt Hardy. Well, your guy sucks. He's washed up. Damn it, Jim. Why don't you such a heel?
Because it's true. Listen, I love Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's a great guy. He gave me one. He autographed his Coke bottle and gave it to me at WrestleMania 22. I still have it.
What a jerk. On my shelf. What a jerk.
Yeah. Exactly. He's done. He's gone.
Such a cool guy. I met him in person. Super nice to me as a kid. But it's over, man. I'm sorry, Matt. You've been cool whenever I met you. You got to just, at this point, you're just meat for Drew McIntyre.
Here's the one thing that I will agrre with you on. I agree. He is yesterday, unfortunately.
And they're not booking him as anything.
Other than that, I will not back anything you're saying.
He's getting it. Yeah.
Fine.
Our last match of the evening was not much of a match. Eric Rowan versus a local talent.
What's in that?
Who cares? But the thing was kind of cool how he decided to play smart by taking the cage outside and he got his ass beat. Ref stoppage. Second ref stoppage in as many months. So, the bag reveal. Is it happening in 2019 or do you have to wait?
That's Mania. That's probably going to be Mania.
Mania?
Yeah.
I'm not waiting 4 months for that.
No.
What's it going to be? The intrigue is there every week. It's got to be a living thing. Or maybe he's just crazy and it's like a mask or something. Like, we don't know. I'm at a loss of things.
I mean, at this point, it has to be something so ridiculous. But the more you build it up, the more it has to be that much more ridiculous. So, I mean, what really do you think it could be?
I don't know what it is, but if it's not a nuclear bomb, I'm not going to wait for the WrestleMania.
Eric Rowan, maybe he's bringing back the planet's champion title or something. Or he's got some, like, vegetarian stuff or vegan. side order in there.
But then the fact he ran out to his vegan meal makes no sense, right? Like falafels, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it could be a baby goat. We don't know what it is. Eric Rowan has so many secrets in there that the most mystery right now, aside from Bobby and and
I was going to say
Lana.
that. I'd rather watch that than Lana.
I mean, I think we can agree
come
that this wasn't even about a match. It's more about just keeping that build up for what's in the cage.
And who's going to feud him? Who's going to unveil it? Who's going to be the one to step up to it, too?
Akira Tozawa. He comes out every week.
Oh, man, that is bad.
I actually like him. I clown him. I love him in his abs. A little time left.
Eric Rowan?
Yes, I love Eric Rowan's abs. No,
you've never seen him. I actually wanted. That's a mystery too.
There's clues, man. Like the guy doesn't have a shirt on. His curious. All right, TLC is Sunday, which is kind of crazy because all these matches came over Friday, Monday. Like
so quick.
Forget your build. Crown Jewel got week to build. Just as a comparison. Let's go through these matches here. Let's talk about predictions up first. So Roman Reigns takes on King Corbin. You guys saw Friday Night SmackDown. The big dog got the little the dog food, which
that's right.
I get the food in the face humiliating him, but I really hate the fact they're taking dog literally. What thoughts about that? Who's going over? Baron Corbin or Roman Reigns?
Go for it, Jim.
Who's going over? I didn't say we want to win. I didn't say we want to win.
I can never turn against my man Baron Corbin, no matter what. Even if he won't win, I still think he'll win. Okay, the confidence I have in him. Always, you cannot go against Baron Corbin. He needs this win. He's going over. This is big push towards Mania.
Absolutely not, Jim. We're going Reigns. Reigns is taking this one, and I'm not even a big dog fan, but he's going to take this one. Yeah. After that humiliation, he's coming back.
That's what the Kings do.
When do you even get dog food in the arena? Okay, all right. Next match was the New Day, which is Sans Xavier Woods taking on the Revival. They won the four-corner match on Friday. They're going for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Revival most likely won't win this one, I don't think. But here's the thing I was thinking today. Is the Revival one of the most put-together acts that have not gone over yet? Because they have the look, they have the taglines, top guys, no flips, just fists, the meanest team on God's green, but they can't find a way to make it connect.
No, they're done. There's no chance of reviving that. Until they leave the company. I don't think there's ever been a focus to re-push them. They had a little bit of push. I don't know if it was like contract negotiations, whatnot. They had that little run where they won the tag team titles, earlier this year, but it's done.
I'm just not interested in them, to be honest. I'm just.
No?
I'm just. It just doesn't.
Not if you're booked like they were. I think it really did damage that whole thing when they were getting goofed every week.
Yes.
I think that really hindered them to a point where they don't matter anymore.
Bray Wyatt takes on The Miz. This is not The Fiend. This is his regular old classic Bray Wyatt, which I actually asked for in a match. For the the title's not even on the line here. They hot shot of this Miz family angle, which is another one. Miz has to take the job here. Guys, agree?
Yeah, but I love The Miz, man. Mike, he's a good guy. I'm backing The Miz on this. Obviously, he's I don't think he's going to take it, but I think we're going to see The Fiend though.
Fair. You know what? The Miz is the kind of guy that gets written off a lot because he's a career WWE guy and his body wasn't the best physique. He didn't go to Japan. But there has to be something
said about... He didn't do bar wrestling.
He didn't do bar wrestling either with Joey Ryan. But there's something said about him being a workhorse. Jim, thoughts about the match?
Yeah, he is a workhorse. He's working himself for a 1-2-3 pin. He's not going over on this. No chance. No chance. I mean, Bray Wyatt cannot lose, first of all. And over to Miz, no. Miz is just, to put over the storyline, get us through this pay-per-view and into the next year. Although it's an interesting feud. I don't think we've seen Wyatt and Miz really. I can't remember that in previously in the past, really. So it's kind of fresh in that way. It's a fresh, different storyline, at least something to get us through, which is fine. But that's what it is.
I want to see Bray Wyatt wrestle to see if it's any different, personally.
Ramblin' Rabbit could go over.
I'd say, that's a good comment. I mean, do you really want to see Bray Wyatt versus The Fiend? I mean, would you prefer that?
Bray Wyatt. Oh, you know what? No, I mean,
not against Miz. Not against Miz. No. It depends against who.
Yeah, I feel like The Fiend. This is me now because I'm on board, right? If there's someone that pushes him to it, like a long program, I get it. But if you're doing this quick angle and you want to say that even the underpowered Bray can beat Miz, then I'm willing to see what that looks like. Yeah, a different style.
Yeah, I was just curious to see people are even still interested in Bray now that we got this Fiend push.
I love the Bray. I think Bray's more interesting than the Fiend.
Yeah, he hasn't cut an in-ring promo forever.
Exactly.
So Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, we pretty much agree on that. I was going over. Asuka and Kairi Sane, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. They retain.
I wonder who's going to go over there.
Becky 2 belts. Could happen again.
You know what? I do think it's very possible. I really do. Yeah. I think that is an angle that they made.
She can't lose, so she never loses. I don't know if it's ever been booked that she lost, so she's going to go over again.
The last person to pin Becky Lynch was Kairi Sane about a month ago. Just putting it out there.
That wasn't clean though, was it?
It was a dirty pin, but it's still a pin. And our last match, of course, is just the Rusev Bobby Lashley tables match.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be great.
Rusev is gonna get his redemption.
Please, if he does not, and it goes on another week,
it has to go on until WrestleMania at least.
It might. It might.
Yeah, WrestleMania is going to be this Bobby Lashley and Rusev and what's in Eric Rowan's cage.
Listen, if that clip, if Josh played that whole clip that I gave him, Lana's giving me ups majorly for supporting this angle too. I don't know if Josh, do you have the whole clip? There we go.
Everyone. This is CJ Lana Perry, also known as the Ravishing Russian Lana, and I am here talking on Real Talker with heel Jim Alexander, who I have to be honest with you guys, finally really appreciate who the Ravishing Russian Lana is. And obviously CJ Perry, of course, but really appreciate.
Jim is never going to let this go.
My amazing ability to tell stories on Monday Night Raw.
I do.
He appreciates the love of my life. He appreciates my hot boyfriend, Bobby Lashley, and it's just really, really refreshing for someone to really understand my point of view and have my side and my back. So everyone, take note and learn from Jim Alexander because he's one of the only smart people around here.
That is so true, Lana.
You know what, Jim?
Thank you so much.
Did you just send her like a text message?
No,
like
this
verbatim?
is her coming
did she just read that off? Like
that's like the most complete promo she's ever cut. It is for you, of all people.
Yes, I love it. What a good. Lana and I are just on the same wavelength. You see, one of the only people that understands and
her mind is clearly a little clouded right now with everything going on.
Final thoughts. Batista, NWO, first announced past the Hall of Fame class of 2020. Thoughts about that?
NWO, cool. Batista,
Wow.
What?
Yeah,
wow.
I'll say it. I said it. I was never really
Neither was
that
I,
big on Batista. I thought he was overrated.
Neither was I.
He needs to come out with Dana Brooke.
He's overrated.
Together. I want to see that whole thing
I'm
on stage. Oh my god, I can't wait for that introduction. Every year, or AfterBuzz's own X-Pac gets inducted, so this is the year. Yeah. No, NW, I was surprised that they weren't in, because they did the Scott Hall, and then, the separately, so it kind of got muddied, and if they were in or not, but this is cool. NWO has to be in, but these are two huge names.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Do you think it's too soon for Batista, though?
No,
well, okay,
he's done.
I would say yes, but they put Edge in the Hall of Fame right after he retired, so there's really no baseball 5 years inactive thing in WWE.
This guy's so over right now. Why not?
Yeah,
that's true, but I feel like Edge surpassed Batista in so many ways.
We're out of time. I'm not going to talk about that, but Jim Alexander, where can the world find you online?
Well, I'll be busy with Mandy for a while. No, not the cardboard, the real version. I'll be on the hiatus, so you guys will not see the Jim Alexander until 2020. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, I got to go back to Chicago, take care of business. There's places and faces.
He's a busy man.
Yeah. But you can catch me still on Real Talk with these great interviews with Lana and Rusev and all these things. I'm the source. RealTalker.com, REEL. And you can find me on all social media at the Jim Alexander.
And you can find me at David_Christopher_official on Instagram. You can find me at Fit TV Network or on TikTok at David Christopher Official, or obviously on this show with these fine gentlemen every Wednesday. I'll pop in sometimes on Monday as well.
Of course, my name is Flobo Boyce. You can follow me on Twitter at Flobo Boyce, on Instagram at Flopito, and support the homie and buy a t-shirt at Flopito, threadless.com. And until next time, buzz you later.
Mac, thank you!
Good night.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.